Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tatsat. Jai Guru. Madhiya Hridaya Kashe Sadanandamayo Guru Udetu Satatam Samyak Swatmananda Prabodhagaha Advaita Bodhabja Sahasra Rashmihi Shanterlataya Kila Kalpa Vriksha Samsara Santapa Vinasha Chandraha Krishna Sada Kladagaro Mamastu Krishna Sada Kladagaro Mamastu. You know what this last line means? Let Krishna be generating the constant blissfulness in me. Sadahladagaro mamastu. One can pray to God or think of God in various ways. Just see what is the way in which this particular verse asks you to think. May God create constant bliss in me. Let Him make me blissful, always. Just see. This is why I say our country is very great. Let us have the chorus recitation of Omkara 3 times, thereby generating a benedictory influence in all the creatures of the world. Our recitation should spread the entire globe, in the entire globe. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect, close your eyes, open the mouth and heart and join me. Now we shall have the joint invocation suited to absorbing the discussion that we are having on this Sikhidhwaja-Choodala episode. Divi bhumau tatha kashe
Divi bhumau tatha kashe
Bahirantascha me vibhuh
Bahirantascha me vibhuh
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha.
Now, for whom is this discussion most beneficial? Who is competent to follow this discussion and pursue it? That sloka. I have my shackles in me, caused by the mind and the intelligence. I want to become free of them. I am not extremely knowledgeable, nor am I a fool. I am of the mediocre level. For such a person, this is the best. He is the most fit. Aham baddho vimuktasyam
Aham baddho vimuktasyam
iti yasyasti nishchayah
iti yasyasti nishchayah
natyandamajño nodajñah
natyandamajño notajñah
sosmin shastredhikaravan
sosmin shastredhikaravan
sosmin shastredhikaravan
sosmin shastredhikaravan.
Yesterday I concluded this last verse, which, not the last verse which, I concluded with this verse. That was the last yesterday. It is describing, after revealing why she was looking so graceful, so splendorous, what is behind it. It is nothing external and nothing to do with the body. It is all an effect and an outcome, a graceful outcome of the wonderful exalted state she had reached, where she was wanting nothing, looking for nothing. She has no sense of external dependence. The world itself is of no consequence for her. All that she wanted to have, she already had from within herself, from the I, not from the minds, M-I-N-E-S. This is the long and short of whatever she said. And it is concluded in a beautiful manner. That is the theme of Yogavasishtha Ramayana. Pashyami yannayana reshmi bhirindriyairva chittena chehahi tadangana kinchideva pashyami tadvirahidam tu na kinchidantaha pashyami samyagidi natha chirodayasmi. My dear Lord, both of us are living in the palace. We are interacting with the palace members. We are also interacting, in your case it is more, with the outside world and people of the society. Though all these interactions are lasting for about 16 or more hours of the day, I understand that these interactions are not as they appear to be. Whatever is perceived by the senses, whatever is generally described by our words, none of these things has an independent existence. It is all an expression and extension of whatever is present within me other than the body. There is a power, there is a presence which is animating and activating the body and the senses. That presence brings about the wakeful state. It brought about the wakeful state from the sleep state. That state itself was lingering for about 8 hours. At the end of it, that presence itself projects the so-called wakefulness. And when the wakefulness comes through as an expression and extension of the sleeping consciousness, the entire wakeful spread has come forth. So every form of existence perceived by the senses or conceived by the mind and the intelligence, all of them are rooted to the subject within the body, the subject presence within the body. No object is independent. It is all subject and subject itself, its expression and its extension. This truth I have come to know. So there is nothing that fascinates me, nothing that can captivate me. I am transcendental, so to say. I have nothing to look for in the form of a gain. I am full, I am abundant, I am lofty, I am a superlative person. This is what I have gained by my spiritual wisdom. This wisdom was transmitted by the people who spoke to both of us. You also heard it. I also heard it. I started introspecting over whatever I heard. The result of introspection is that the whole objectivity stands extinct before me. I understand that everything is the subject's glory, subject's greatness, subject's magnificence. Whatever presence is there inside me, it is actually the sentient sky. It is Chidakasha. Whatever you see with the eyes, it is Dravyakasha. It is a material sky. Like the earth, like water, like air, like fire, it is also inert. It doesn't have anything in the way of sensitivity. Everything is Jada, but we are not Jada. We are sentient. We are Chetanatmak. So this Chetana is inside. I have understood, I have realized its presence, its magnitude, its potential, its majesty, its magnificence, its exalted level, and finally its transcendental nature. I am no more constricted by my body. I am no more written off to the body. I know very clearly I have a body, but I am not the body. The I is different from the body, from the mind, from the intelligence, from the ego, from the world, no doubt. That body different, all different I have been able to realize. That realization is what makes me supreme and transcendental. If you get a desired object in your hand, it makes you happy. Suppose you get the whole world for you, you will be still happier. In my case, it is far, far, infinitely more than what you will have when you become an emperor of the world. For me, the external world is a trash. Everything is the subject, the I, the sovereign splendor that I am. This is the way she concluded. Vasishtha says, Evamatmani vishramtam vadantim tam varananam abudhva tadgiramartham vihasyo vaja bhupadihi. Just see the same story. Most of you husbands have no regard for your wives. Even when they speak super sense, you will say, what do you know? You are always in the kitchen, in the drawing room. I go out and work. I meet quite a number of people. Your mind is constricted. The same attitude Sikhidhwaja also shows here. Evamatmani vishramtam vadantim tam varananam abudhva tadgiramartham vihasyo vaja bhupadihi. Looking at his wife Choodala, who has had an exalted abode, who inwardly sits in the immortal self, in the imperishable self, looking at her, abudhva tadgiram artham, not being able to know the meaning of whatever she has said, vihasya uvacha bhupadihi, ridiculing her, rejecting all that she has said, devaluing the words as well as the speaker, he started speaking. Sikhidhwaja says, Asambadha pralapasi balasi varavarnini ramase rajalilabhi ramaswa avanibatmaje. Asambadha pralapasi. In Malayalam we always use a word asambadha. It has become asambandha. Whenever anybody speaks incoherently, without any meaning, without any logic, absolutely triflingly he speaks. It's called asambadha speech. This is what he uses. Asambadha pralabasi. You are speaking something nonsensical. It has got no meaning. We are born here with 5 senses, and they are meant to see the world. The entire world is seen by our senses, felt by our mind. We have all our rejoicing, all our glory, all our attainments, all our possessions, everything from the visible world. And you now come up and they say the visible world is nothing. The real thing is inside the body. Who will believe this? I am not a fool like you. Ramase Rajalila bhi. At the same time, you are given to the same comforts and glories, conveniences that I have. You have not kept away from anybody, anything. And then you are claiming something superior to all that you are seeing and hearing. Kashtam na atmani vishramdo madvajamsi na buddhavan rajeti khinna chudala savyapara parabhava swavyapara parabhavad. Kashtam na atmani vishramdo madvajamsi na buddhavan. This one statement of Sikhidhwaja was sufficient for Choodala to know that poor her husband doesn't know anything. What he says is actually true of him, true or not true of me. Just like a boy, he is babbling. Blabbing. Kashtam na atmani vishramdo madvajamsi na buddhavan rajedi khinna chudala swavyapara parabhavad. She became very miserable in her heart. How too is Krishna's statement? All of you are hearing Bhagavad Gita also. I am also speaking on Bhagavad Gita. I have not come to that portion. He is comparing two people. Who are they? The knower and the ignorant. The people who know the supreme truth and the people who do not know. For the knowers, whatever is daylight, bright as daylight, for the ignorant people, it is utter darkness. Yanisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyado munehe. It is a very beautiful statement and comparison, where the knower of truth has his perception, delight, everything, enjoyment and fulfillment. There the others think that it is utter darkness, there is nothing there. And whatever is darkness to the knower becomes daylight to them. Now this is true of Choodala and Sikhidhwaja. Sikhidhwaja says that you are blabbering. So she is having a confrontation now. Sikhidhwaja would not recognize anything more than what he knew that Choodala was. He was married to Choodala. Ever since then he was very close to her, and he has his own estimation about his wife. He is not prepared to attribute anything more than that to his Choodala. She also has not revealed anything great or honorable. Months and years passed. Months and years must have passed. Sikhidhwaja grew dispassion in his heart. After all, he was also a good king, a noble king, a moral king, an ethical king. Just like Arjuna came to the battlefield, after 13 years of preparation, he was very moral, very ethical, very spiritual, austere also, all good qualities about him. When he came to the battlefield and looked at Bhishma, Drona and his own relatives on both sides, suddenly he crumbled completely. Because he had missed that fundamental knowledge of the self. Here also it is like that for Sikhidhwaja. Both of them were very erudite, scholarly, wise. They learned from each other quite a number of arts and skills, complementing each other. Everything was all right. So, after years, he himself became dispassionate. Age has got something to do for everybody. And he started reflecting upon himself. I have enjoyed the kingdom for long. Enough of this. Let me go to the woods now. He was a man believing in ascetic life, austere life. His own estimation, as many of our people even now have, this is not a knowledge pursuit. This is an austerity pursuit, they say. So if you want to have spiritual wisdom, you should leave home and you should be a beggar, either on the streets or you should be a nobody in the forest. This is the estimation that people have. Our wonderful Sikhidhwaja Maharaja also had the same feeling. The hermit of the hermitage in the forest is the most free person. He has no grief, no misfortune, no anxiety whatsoever. He is free from everything. Whatever Choodala says, if at all, is true of the ascetic and the austere man, the hermit of the hermitage. Forest life is more enjoyable than palace life. Just imagine. Forest life is more enjoyable than palace life. My dear girl, my dear Choodala, do not hinder me. Do not hinder me. Don't stand in the way of my decision. I am going to renounce everything and go. You are still youthful, so you remain in the kingdom. Rule the kingdom yourself in my absence. Enjoy life. In my case, it is not so. You should not stop my way. Your hair, let it allow it to grow grey. Then you can think of pursuing the path. The forest life is not meant for women. It's only meant for men. So you should not hinder me. I am going to spend the rest of my days in the forest. Don't think of coming with me. Like Sita, undeniably saying that, I will not be here. In your absence, the palace is a cremation ground for me, Rama. And with you, even the forest is much better than the palace in which I live. Don't say like that. Leaving sleeping Choodala, he rose from his bed at night and started walking off. He met the guards on the way. He told them, I am going on an adventurous mission. Wait until I come back. He started walking alone, perhaps wearing wooden slippers, walked and walked and walked and walked, and reached the Mandara mountain, far away from the crowded cities. He made a cottage for him, made all of creepers, leaves, and bamboo sticks, and started living there an austere life. He plunged himself to terrible austerity. He never thought of the palace at all. To that extent he was sincere in his seeking. Anybody who is in the forest and who is graced with spiritual discrimination will never think of even royal glories. What did poor Choodala do? She got up as usual in the morning, but the husband was missing. It did not require any great thinking for her to know Sikhidhwaja has gone. He has gone on his own mission. He is not like me. Now what can be done? I have to rule the kingdom. So she started ruling the kingdom, allowing her husband to do the austerity and have the benefit of it, experience of it for a fairly good length of time. When sufficient time passed, she decided that I will now go to my husband and teach him. I don't know how you are hearing what I say. See, the relationship between a couple is so full and so wholesome that a good partner will never think of separating from the partner. It should never be so. In one way or the other, every partner should try to be with the other partner. It should not be away. So Choodala thought, I am not going to leave my husband. I am substituting him and ruling the kingdom. Now I will go to him. I will awaken him. When I spoke to him, he said, "Gibber, gibber, gibber. All that you say is nonsense. It cannot be true. Spiritual wisdom cannot be had by this kind of an introspection which you claim you have done. It is not this kind of an attainment. Without an ascetic and austere background, how can self-realization be had? It is not possible." So she allowed him to do the austerity. But she knew very well, very clearly that austerity is not the answer for it. Austerity, jnananishta is good, but not physical austerity of doing tapasya in the forest all alone, living in a parnashala. So she impersonated herself as Kumbha. The word Kumbha literally means a jar. A person born of Kumbha is also called Kumbha. So she impersonated herself as Kumbha and appeared before Sikhidhwaja. Kumbha's arrival was like a number of moons shining on a new moon day. Sikhidhwaja was alone there. He was plunged in austerity, and the austerity has not done anything for him except making his body skin and bone. That's all, nothing else. She was not able to find an answer to the questions he had. There was no peace, there was no contentment. There was nothing like a promise or a hope of anything dawning in him in the next few years or few months. Nothing like that. So he was already very dejected and disappointed. But he was not able to leave anything because he did not know of anything better. So when Kumbha arrived as a dazzling brahmachari, he was so happy. In the forest, where will you get good friends to talk to? He was a king. He was highly educated. He was very well gifted in every way. For such an ascetic to have a friend, it is not easy at all. Good people are very rare. Wise people are very rare. So when he met this young brahmachari, brilliant, shining, he was so happy and hopeful. He welcomed her with a full heart. Kumbha introduced himself saying that, "I am the son of Narada." Son of Narada? Narada was supposed to be a lifelong celibate. How is it that Narada had a son? So Kumbha had to narrate the story. I am not going to narrate it in full. I will only refer to the essential part. Sarvasya eva rajarshe bhutajader jagatraye devaderepi dehoyam dvayatmaiva svabhavataha. In answer to his question, Narada, and you are a son of Narada, how did this happen? So Choodala was disclosing, the Kumbha was disclosing in this manner. Devaderepi dehoyam dvayatmaiva svabhavataha. For everyone, whether he is upon the earth, or high up in the heavens, in the celestial regions, the body of even the devas, the celestial people, all of them are subjected to the dualities like sukha and dukkha, good and evil, control and non-control. Are you following me? If Narada was a lifelong celibate and he had a son, he continues to be a celibate. Naturally, the son must have been born out of a little failure on his part. So he is saying that all the creatures, all the beings, all the people who are living in all the three worlds, anywhere, not only on the earth, they are all subject to dualities, the pairs of opposites. Sukha and dukkha, good and bad, virtue and vice, and similarly control and lack of control. Ajnamastvata tajnam va yavat swantam shariragam sarvameva jagatyanga sukhadukkhamayam smrutam. Whether it is an ignorant man or a wise man, as long as he has a body, everyone in the whole world, in the whole universe, sukha dukkhamayam smridam. The life is consisting of sukha and dukkha. It will have the pairs of opposites. The entire world is a conglomeration, a collection of the pairs of opposites. And everybody is surrounded by these. No matter whether you are wise or unwise, rich or poor, illiterate or literate. In the case of wisdom, the wise people, what happens? They are able to assimilate and equalize both and live a life of transcendence where they don't look for sukha, happiness, nor do they resent unhappiness. Can you imagine a mind which is not even looking for happiness? So how immensely happy it should be? It does not even look for happiness, and it does not mind unhappiness also. So what is that lofty state? Think about it. Then he says, with reference to Narada's failure, Swarupe nirmale satye nimeshamapi vismrite vishwamullasata pravrushiva payodhara. I often quote this verse. Self-realization does not mean you realize the self once and you can do anything that you want. You will continue to be a self-realizational person. No. If the self-realization has to be shining all through, it shines only in a certain discipline or an orderly manner. Your mind should always be absorbed and you must take your firm seat in the self within. The seat cannot be elsewhere. You have to be always in the profusion of the subject, not in the onslaught of the objects. Swarupe nirmale satye nimeshamapi vismrite. Even if for a fraction of a second you forget that you are the I, you forget that you are the I and what the I really represents, then the entire Vishwa, the universe, will be coming up like clouds in the wet season. The sky will be very clear. Suddenly you will find an upsurge of clouds. In the same manner, the mind will rise up with all its fascinations, temptations and what not. Then Kumbha continues the discussion. She very clearly knows what has happened to Sikhidhwaja, how he left the palace, and what has happened to him. All these things she very clearly knew through her yogic powers, etc. Great souls like Brahma and others declare that spiritual wisdom itself is the supreme felicity. What you call blissfulness, this blissfulness is not a product. It is actually the brilliance of self-knowledge. Brilliance. Just like the sun. What is the sun? When we look at it, it is simply brilliance. Brilliant rays coming from the sun. Similarly, you will find the self is all brilliant, luminous, effulgent. Still, you are pampering your ignorance. Katham bandha, katham moksha, idi prashnanudaharan, paravaravidam padan, kasmad rajanna sevase. My dear king, you left your palace, you left your Choodala, you left your subjects, and you have come all alone. You made a cottage, a parnashala, a creeper hermitage, and you are living here, claiming that you are doing austerity. Now let me know, tell me very clearly, have you ever introspected over katham bandhaha, katham mokshaha, idi prashnanudaharan? Have you ever taken up the question, what is the bondage that I want to get released from? What is that bondage? Is it something like that? My body has been tied up, wound round. If it is within my mind and the intelligence, in what manner is the bondage present in them? How can I get rid of it? Did you ever go to the wise people, the enlightened people, place your questions and seek their assistance and guidance in the matter of resolving your problem? Have you ever done it? Our whole tradition very clearly says, satsanga, association with the wise, is the one important factor to enable a seeker to arrive at enlightenment. Have you ever done it? Why are you wasting your life? Sadhunam samadrishtinam pariprashnena sevaya sangamena cha sa yuktir lebhyade muchyadeyaya. Are you following me? I am only taking some essential verses and explaining. Sadhunam samadrishtinam pariprashnena sevaya. These are expressions used by Krishna also. Pariprashnena sevaya. You should go to the wise and enlightened people. Pay your respect. Sit in a humble manner before them and make them speak. If necessary, raise your questions and inquiries before them. They are people, sadhus, good and noble souls. Samadrishtinam. They have an equal vision. Anybody who goes to them seeking knowledge, they will accept wholeheartedly. And more than a father will, they will be tutoring the children until they become enlightened. This is what happened to Arjuna. This is what happened to Sri Rama, is happening to Sri Rama. This is what happened to Parikshit, what happened to King Janaka, what happened to so many others. This is a wonderful tradition and culture that we have. Why is it that you did not honor it? You believed in hardcore austerity and you are wasting your life doing only physical austerity. You have left your kingdom. For what purpose? You have left your people. And for what? And you are staying here. For which? Have you thought about it? Sangamena chasa yuktir lebhyade muchyadeyaya. You have to acquire this wisdom from the wise people. They will disclose it to you. It is in the form of a highly developed reason. I only have my body. I am not the body. I speak about the body as my body. I am different. What is this I which is different from the body, from the mind, from the intelligence, from the ego, from the entire world creation? That inquiry should be there. This is a point of inquiry, a point of knowledge. It is a voyage knowledge voyage. You will have to interact with the wise people, be serving them. By their side you live as many years as you want. You don't have to live for many years. They will enlighten you. Only when you are able to imbibe that infusional and truthful interaction, your plight is going to change. Now Vasishtha says, Kantaya deva rupinya tayaivam pratibodhidaha Ashrupoornamukho vakyam Sikhidhwaja-Choodala. Vasishtha says, he does not know. Enlightened in this manner by his wife Choodala, who has appeared before him as Kumbha, Kantaya deva rupinya tayaivam pratibodhidaha. The first stage of awakening is already over. It is making Sikhidhwaja conscious of the futility of his seemingly physical, austere way of life and telling him that there is a necessity for him to acquire wisdom, which is an epithet of human intelligence, by applying which alone the shackles of the mind and the intelligence can be removed. Ashrupoornamukho vakyam Sikhidhwaja-Choodala. He suddenly became reflective. His eyes were filled with tears. With tearful eyes, Sikhidhwaja-Choodala. Sikhidhwaja started speaking. Aho nubodhitosmyadya chirat surasudatvaya maurkhya audarya samasangam Muktvaham avasambane. See, he admits, he confesses. Aho nubodhitosmyadya chirat surasudatvaya. My dear son of Deva, Devasuda, I have been today awakened by you. The hollowness of my austere life and austerity has been exposed to me by you very kindly. With maurkhya, foolishness, my own foolhardiness, due to lack of satsanga. Muktva aham avasambane. Everything good and beneficial I left, and I am living alone in the forest. And so many years have passed, 18 years have passed. I have been plunging in austerity here. This is nothing but foolishness, sheer foolishness. Why have I come here? What am I supposed to do? Do I get what I am intending to get? Where shall I meet some people who will be helping me? If a path you don't know, you will have to definitely ask somebody who knows the path. Why did I not make any effort to go to Mahatmas? They are also somewhere here. Aho nume kshayam yadam manye papamasheshataha yatvameva samagatya samprabodhayasi hamam. But I feel refreshed. Why? I believe all my sins have become attenuated now. That is why you have appeared before me. Providence has gifted me a Devaputra like you, who is awakening me. So I am very hopeful that all my sin has attenuated. Gurustvam me, Pitatvam me, Mitratvam me, Varanana, Shishyo namaskarom padau tava kripam guru. Gurustvam me, Pitatvam me, Mitratvam me, Varanana. The same Chodala whom he ridiculed when she spoke of her inner fulfillment. The same Sikhidhwaja now accepts her advice. Just see, you are my teacher, you are my father, you are my friend, intimate friend. Shishyo namaskaro myadya. I am your disciple. I prostrate before you, at your feet. Kindly be merciful to me. He continues, Yadvakshi tadubadeyam maya vidhirivashrudehe avicharitamevashu satyame tadvajo mama. Yadvakshi tadupayeyam maya vidhirivashrudehe. My dear Kumbha, whatever you are going to tell me, I shall accept, just like Veda Vani, the words of the scriptures. I am not going to think anything about it, this way or that way. Whatever you say is truthful, great, and it is to be accepted and assimilated and implemented. I promise you. Kumbha started speaking. What was his intention? To bring home to Sikhidhwaja the folly of what he is doing. So he presents a story. That story is very interesting and very significant. There lived a wealthy man. He had a number of good qualities, many virtues also. But he was unaware of the spiritual realm, though he was very efficient and artful. He was not satisfied with the riches. He wanted to have more of them, something superior to riches. He only has riches now. He wanted to possess something which can deliver riches. Follow my words. When a rich man is rich, he has only gained the money that the world has. But he is not producing the wealth, producing the money. This man wanted to have something which can produce wealth by itself. So he performed protracted austerity. He has heard that there is something called Chintamani. Chintamani. Chinta means thought or sankalpa of the mind. A jewel which will yield whatever you wish in your mind. That is called Chintamani. In English it is called the philosopher's stone. Whatever you wish. So it is a wish yielding jewel. So after protracted austerity, finally he got Chintamani. Chintamani appeared before him. Chintamani appeared. Naturally, what he should do? He should accept it. Express his gratitude to the heavens because it is a money, inert seemingly. He did not do it. What? Chintamani. This cannot be Chintamani. Chintamani is very, very rare. I have not done enough austerity so that I can get hold of it now. This cannot be Chintamani. It cannot easily appear. And maybe this is not the manner in which it will appear, or even the shape of it he did not like. So he was in doubt. He went on deliberating in his mind. And Chintamani disappeared. Because he was not possessing it. The purpose of Chintamani appearing was to grace him, to be in his possession. But this wealthy man was not in a mood to take it, so it went back. So he continued the austerity, saying that I must get the real Chintamani. After a few more years of austerity, a glass piece appeared before him. Simple glass piece. Yes, I have got my Chintamani now. He took it, possessed it. It was a huge forest. He was walking. After walking for a while, he had left all his riches already. He said, let me have a bungalow, my dear Chintamani. Nothing happened. What do you understand from this? This is what has happened to Sikhidhwaja. Kumbha is indirectly pointing to her husband, the ascetic of the Parnashala, the creeper house, that this is what you have done. Your wife Choodala was giving you a beautiful sermon, but you were not prepared to accept it. You rejected it, and you have come to the forest. 18 years of hardcore austerity have passed, and even now where you are. You yourself say you have nothing, you have nothing, you have nothing. This is the plight. Chindamaniriyam prajna hritkoshastha viveginaha phalam kalpalade vaisha chindidam samprayachadi. This is the definition Yogavasishtha Ramayana gives to Chintamani. So, though Chintamani is supposed to be a philosopher's stone, it is in our imagination. Actual Chintamani is Chindamaniriyam prajna. It is prajna. It is that serene and sublime consciousness, the intelligence, from where you have the property of intelligence. Hritkoshastha viveginaha. In the inside, in the safe cavity of the heart of the discriminating people, it is there. Phalam kalpalate vaisha chindidam samprayachadi. That inner Chintamani is the one which will give you all that you wish for. Sri Krishna built Dwaraka, a palace, a huge palace inside the sea. Nobody had done it before him, and nobody has done it after him. How did he do it? He decided that I will have a safe place, and help came from so many quarters, even from the higher regions. And the palace was made practically in no time. This is the benefit of Chintamani. Krishna had only a Panjabhautik body, a sentimental mind, a very powerful reason, and a very subtle ego. All of you have these. But in the case of Krishna, he was able to build a palace. Why? Because of the prajna that he had. Jarasandha was constantly attacking, repeatedly attacking Dwaraka. I must go to a place where all my people will feel safe, and Jarasandha will not be able to easily penetrate there. So he decided to build a palace in the sea itself, and he succeeded. Manomatre hridastyakte jagadayati purnadam tyaga vigalpaistvam kham ambodairi vavrataha. Kumbha was talking to him. Manomatre hridastyakte jagadayati purnadam. When the mind with its possessiveness is renounced in the heart, when the mind with its possessiveness is renounced in the heart, the world around becomes splendorous. The world around becomes splendorous. When the mind with its possessiveness is renounced, you don't require anything at all. You already have what you need. What is that? That wonderful self which is imperishable, impersonal, absolute, blissful to the core, all-pervading, unassailable. Nothing can overpower it, subdue it, assail it, assault it. That kind of a self you already have. Then what more is required? It is the mind that creates all the problem. This mind has to be renounced. My dear king, your mind is enveloped by, shrouded by a number of doubts and delusions. They are like clouds in the expansive sky. The clouds are there only in a very small area. The sky is very huge, extensive. You don't understand that you have a self within your body which is totally unlike the world. It is a very huge and endless expanse. Chindeva chittamityahu sankalpe daranamagam chindaiva chittamityahu sankalpe daranamagam tasyameva spurandyam tu chittam tyaktam katham bhaved. This is a point that I would like you to understand. Chintaiva chittamityahu. Chintaiva chittamityahu. Chinta means thought. Chinta eva means thought alone, thought itself. Chittamityahu. What you call the mind is no different from thought. Do not differentiate between thought and the mind. Sankalpe dharanamagam. Another word, another name for chinta is sankalpa. Sankalpa. Tasyameva spurandyam tu chittam tyaktam katham bhaved. As long as you have thoughts and imaginations in your mind, how can you say that I have renounced it? So renunciation means what? It is something very important. One has to reflect upon it. Why did you not accept the words of wisdom presented by Choodala? Why did you scorn her? Why did you ridicule her? Why did you consider that she was only a girl and find fault with her? And without telling her and making her know, giving her an opportunity to stop you and further correct you, leaving her sleeping, you got up from the bed and ran away. Is this anything noble, great and honorable? What is it that you have done? And what are you doing now? Sikhidhwaja says, I have left my country, I have left my palace, I have left my kingdom, I have left my wife. Have I not left everything in this world? Am I not one who can be called a very good renunciate, having left everything? He was thinking in this manner. Chodala says, Dhanam dwara griham rajyam bhumishatram cha bandhavaha iti sarvam nate rajan sarvatyago hi kastava. Are you with me? Dhanam dara griham rajyam, wealth, wife, palace or house, kingdom, bhumihi, the entire earth, the royal umbrella, throne, all relatives, all these you say you have left. You tell me, are they yours? If at all we have anything in our life inseparable from us, it is our body. Our house is not mine. Children are not mine. Wealth is not mine. Nothing is mine. Everything is separate from me, separate from my body. You say, I have left my country. Whose country? Is it your country? Or in the country you were born? See how much of misunderstanding people have. Please think about it. Even the dress you are wearing, is it your dress? Maximum you can say this is my body because it's inseparable from you. And then you say, either wealth or wife or palace or your country, even the earth, the whole of the earth, and then the royal umbrella, the relatives. None of these things is yours. Then how do you say, I have left all? How can your renunciation be full then? You only feel that I have left. What have you left? Whatever you have left is safely there. Suppose you leave something from you, that should become absent in you. Here nothing is absent. All that you say you have left are safely there. So what is meant by renunciation? Tavastyeva parityaktaha sarvasmad bhaga uttamaha tam parityajya nishesham ayasyasi vishokatam. I don't know whether you are following me when I say this. I am a little fast also. Tavastyeva parityaktaha sarvasmad bhaga uttamaha. While you claim that you have left everything, the best part of your life, the best part of your being, of your personality is still safely there. Tam parityajya nishesham ayasyasi vishokatam. If you are able to renounce that most important part, I promise you, you will be able to be peaceful and quiet. So the most important part of your being, you have never been able to touch and leave. Then Sikhidhwaja says, see, this is a very interesting conversation. You have to follow the thread. Okay, I will renounce this forest. This is the place where I am living now. I am not living in my country, I have left it. I do agree that I am living in the forest. As I was in the country, I am in the forest now. So I am going to renounce this forest. All the trees around me. Everything I will leave. Kumbha says, these are not yours either. Are they yours? The forest was there earlier. It will continue to be there later also. Sikhidhwaja says, I will renounce then this hermitage which I have made for my living. So I will renounce this. Drishtani dharmasthanani vishramyam adhuna saki ityakshamalam jvalane chikshe bhoktva Sikhidhwajaha. Saying like this, what did he say? He took his japamala, akshamala, and looking at it, he was having a talk. He was speaking to the mala. I have rambled in many holy abodes. Let me now have some restfulness. O my ceremonial friend. Saying this, he cast away his japamala into the blazing fire which he had already heaped and set fire to. He threw it. Similarly, he burned his deerskin, water spot, his asana, everything. Finally, his cooking vessels also. He was speaking to every one of them. I have been wearing this deerskin. Now you go freely wherever you want. Trek the benevolent paths reserved for you. Fly sky high. The water pot, dear water pot, you have been carrying water for my ceremonial activities. It has been a very good service. I am not able to recompense you at all. Kindly bear with me. He was speaking to his deerskin, seat, etc. All of them uttering like this. He burnt all the items one after the other in the hermitage. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gridha kasya svidhanam. This is the first mantra in Ishavasyopanishad. Do you know what is the message contained here? Ishavasyamidam sarva. Ishavasyamidam sarva. All this you are able to notice, perceive, observe. All these are permeated by God. There is nothing that you can say, mine. Ishavasyamidam sarva. Tena tyaktena bhunjidhaha. Therefore, leave the egoism and mineness you have towards these, anything. This body, Ishavasyam. The house, Ishavasyam. Everywhere is Ishavasyam, permeated by God. You have no business to say, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. So renounce your ego and possessiveness. Understand that everything is laden with God, possessed by God, is engulfed by God. Leave your ego and live and eat comfortably. This is the message. This message Sikhidhwaja had not been able to think of and actualize. Through renunciation, you enjoy and experience everything. Nobody wants you to go from the world. Remain in the world. Be in your house. Be in the family. Nothing is questioned. Nothing is invalidated. All that you are required to do is take away and dissolve your feeling of mineness about everything. After burning all of them, Sikhidhwaja felt he had renounced everything. Abandoning all desire, he says, I now stand as a renouncer of all. O divine boy, you have awakened me after a long time. I have been suffering. So I am a full renouncer now. I wanted to recite two important verses for you. At one point he said, Chinta is itself the mind. Chinta is itself the mind. The trouble with all of you is you differentiate between mind and thought. Where from is the thought arising? From the mind. Where does it dissolve? In the mind. So if it is evolved from the mind and dissolved into the mind, can it have an existence different from both? Because if A is born of B and A is dissolved into B, that A itself is B. It cannot be different because its point of origin and point of subsidence both are the same. It is a point of logic there. So this mind is everything. I have mentioned earlier also, early in the morning you wake up. You wake up. And when you wake up, the world does not wake up at all. You are waking up. And when you wake up, the consciousness within you, the sleeping consciousness, now becoming wakeful, what is meant by wakefulness? It expresses and extends. In the sleep, it was non-express. It was not expressive. The moment it became wakeful, it becomes express. So it's expression and extension. Extension. That extensive expression is this wakefulness. World does not wake up. So, if this is the truth, whatever you call the mind, which is only a functional note of consciousness, that consciousness itself is the world projection. There is nothing different at all. So those of you who are interested in remembering this properly, I am reciting two verses. I don't know whether I will be able to complete it properly in time. I don't want to speak more. Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram Sankalpajala kalanattu mano vilasaha Sankalpajala malamutsruja nirvikalpamasritya Nishayamavapnuhi Ramashantim. Vasishtha tells Sri Rama, Sankalpajalam Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram. I don't know whether you are with me. Sankalpajala kalanaiva. Sankalpa is something that arises from your mind. Mind and mind processes. What are the mind processes? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, and what not. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions. All of them. All of them. Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram. Unless you are there with your eyes and mind and wakefulness, how can you say this is a hall? I am in front of a camera. About 150 feet away from me, there are a number of trees, and beyond them is the interminable sky, the horizon. Who sees them? Who names them? Who gives them the credible existence that you are giving? It is all arising from the mind. The mind attributes colors, shapes, properties, smell, etc., etc. All these are given by the five senses. The five senses are shaped and made in the mother's womb in the fetus. Everything is subjective. It is the subjective presence that becomes expressed and extensive like objects, objectitude and objectivity. It is this subjective presence. Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram. The entire world is a network of your own thought processes, your own sankalpana. Sankalpajala kalanattu mano vilasaha. It is the same mind that becomes restful, peaceful and having beatitude also. See, throughout the day it is busy, very busy, active, undergoing a number of emotions, conflicts and what not. At the end of the day, everybody decides, I am weak, let me have my sleep. So everything is folded up and you go to sleep. The thief sleeps, the dacoit sleeps, the prostitute sleeps, the celebrated Brahmana sleeps, Mahavishnu also sleeps. Any difference in the sleep of these people? What happened to all their interactions and interactional consequences throughout the day? Everything is left. That also is a sankalpa. It is the mind that woke up. It is the mind that obliterates all wakeful effects from your mind, putting you to sleep. Sankalpajala kalanattu mano vilasaha. Sankalpajalam alamusruja nirvikalpam. Sankalpajalam alam usruja nirvikalpama ashritya nishchayam avapnuhi Rama shantim. See, Rama. How long have you been doing sankalpa? For janma after janma we have been doing sankalpa, mental and mind processes. Is it not enough? Stop it. You are not going to have anything better than what you have had so far. It is the same mind and the same thought process. What can they produce and bring about? Nothing more, not anything different. Sankalpajalam alam, it is abundant, enough. Utsruja, stop it. Nirvikalpama ashritya, I will not undergo any more sankalpa. I will remain what? Nirvikalpa, without any doubt, without any aspiration, without looking for anything, complaining about nothing. I will simply remain silent. Nishchayamavapnuhi Rama shantim. My dear Rama, attain peace, attain quietude, have your beatitude. Allow the mind to dissolve. Tell the mind, enough. There is nothing outside. All enjoyment and experience are inside your body, in the mind. It is produced by the mind. The same mind is capable of producing sleep also. Every day it produces sleep, obliterating the entire wakeful effects at the end of the day. So tell the mind to do it while you are remaining conscious. Sleep, but wakefully. Wakeful, but sleepingly. Sleep, but wakefully. Remain like this. Why not? We have the will and the wish. Just like you achieve external things, you can equally achieve internal glory. For the external things you require so many assistances and what not. For the internal handling you require nobody's help, no guidance. Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram. Sankalpajala kalanattu mano vilasaha. Sankalpajala kalanaiva jagat samagram. Sankalpajala kalanattu mano vilasaha. Sankalpajalam alamusruja nirvikalpamashritya nishchayamavapnuhi Rama shantim. One more verse I wanted to recite. I will do it tomorrow. Harihi, Harihi. We shall have the conclusional Onkara after I recite the invocation. സംവേദ്യവർജിതമനുത്തമമേകമാദ്യം സംവിത്പദം വികലനം കലയൻ മഹാത്മൻ ഹൃദ്യേവ തിഷ്ഠ കലനാരഹിതക്രിയാം തു കുർവൻ അകർത്തൃപദമേത്യ ശമോദിതശ്രീ കുർവൻ അകർത്തൃപദമേത്യ ശമോദിതശ്രീ. ഹരി 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 ഓം തത്സ്. We shall have the conclusional Omkara. Be ready for it. Take your mudra. Yes, here. Hari Om Tas. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.